What's up, everybody? Got a little bit of indie horror today. Uh, not gonna be doing face cam or anything. Not feeling too up to being in front of a camera at the moment. But anyone who was around for the last time I did one of these a couple months ago, this is essentially the first three parts in that initial collection. So I want to say it's something like 12 games total or something like that. Um, a lot of these do come with README files, so I'm gonna take a peek through those before I start playing any of them. Some of them do have content warnings. I will list those, and read them out before I get into a game, just because I know a couple of these deal with some heavier topics. Also, if my microphone quality or audio quality goes crazy, this is my first time using Streamlabs, and I had to reset up some of the audio settings that I had in my original version of OBS. So if anything doesn't cooperate, or there's any technical issues, that's probably why. Um, I am a one-person team, so I'm kind of just doing this on the fly. But let me get this first file open and kind of see what we're getting into. So this pack, I believe, because this is Haunted Cities #1, I believe this one only has 3 games. The fourth one is actually just a image file. Oh, thank you for the follow. You get to enjoy the Pog monkey. Enjoy the monkey Pog. But oh, why do I have 3 of these open? There we go. That's a little better. So it looks like the first one is called Leechbowl. It was published back in January of 2016. Doesn't specify any specific content warnings on this one, and I need to specify too. If you were around for the first time I did one of these, I went into the fourth one kind of knowing what was within those games. I kind of had an idea of what they were, but these 3 I have no idea. I haven't seen any reviews or any sort of guidance on any of them. So this is all going to just be a new experience for me as well. Um, I can't guarantee there won't be any jump scares. I know with the last one there was at one point, and I don't know if these other ones are going to have them. Anyone who knows me, I'm not a fan of jump scares. So if I know they're in the game, I will warn you. But for these, I have no idea. So let's see what this first one is. Leech Bowl, WASD to move, left click, space to jump. Get this one open. These are all in Unity too, so they're probably not going to be the most stable applications. But let's see if I can get this working properly. Are you running into a little issue? Well, we have audio at least. Let's see if I can. Doesn't seem to want to do it that way, so hang on one second. I basically have like 3 separate like capture options set up right now because I know some of them are going to capture game directly. I'm hoping window capture will be able to get this one at the very least. Uh, Interesting, it's not detecting the... Oh, there it is. I think it's also worth noting that for some of these, the aspect ratio on them is a little wonky. See if I can get this to fit into OBS real quick. Nope, that would be the wrong window. Uh, Leechbowl, where are you? Why do you not want to come up? see if I can set this up for... I don't have any nasties to stream. See if I can do this way then. We're just going to do a full display capture. I just need to get rid of some icons on my desktop real quick. Let's see if we can do this way. Display capture. Add source. Just want to see if this will actually cooperate here. Window capture we need gone. See that? Okay, that kind of works. That kind of... This is the same aspect ratio. I see it on my screen as well. There is an entire black box on the bottom and with the borders. So, like I said, a lot of these are going to be kind of wonky, and I'll try to switch over to actual game streaming rather than display streaming as I go through these, but I imagine a lot of them aren't going to cooperate. They didn't cooperate last time. But this one is just called Leechbowl. Didn't really give a description of what it actually... Oh, the sensitivity in this is so weird. Botfly Road. This is giving me vibes similar to the fourth one. I believe it was called Tenement? Something like that. Leech meat. Oh, yum. Got us some nutrients. Ah! Ah, okay, that's what that's for.
Do you remember some time ago, in an Eastern scientific institution, they kept a piece of heart alive for weeks on end? Well, I got to thinking, what if that heart began to grow? And grow, and grow, and grow?
Only grow a heart so big.
Hello? Hello, operator. Give me Mr. Regan, fast. Hello, Mr. Regan, this is Lewis. Listen, get me a rewrite, man. The thing's still growing. No, Chief, I tell you the truth. The corridor is choked with living, crawling flesh. No, I'm not drunk. I'm telling you the truth. That little piece of flesh has grown until now it's jamming that building. All inside the space of an hour. You've got to believe me. It's the greatest news story of the generation, and here you argue with me. I tell you it's the truth. You've got to believe me.
Believe me. I tell you the only hope is to burn the building to the ground at once.
Now, wait a minute, Doc. Wait a minute.
Take it. I tell you, burn it to the ground. Burn.
And I tell you, take it easy. I sent in a call.
Oh, don't you understand? For some reason,
It almost sounds like dialogue from an old horror movie.
Is doubling in size every hour.
Or maybe an old, like, radio show.
In another hour, it will be twice the size it is now. And long before that, it will break open the building with the force of its pressure. And then it will be free in the street. Do you hear me? Free in the street. And then those tentacles of protoplasm stretching out to feed on anything they can reach. See the walls! Crashing!
Oh, I guess it's a little bit loud when you walk next to it. I feel like that was probably ripped from an old radio play or something, because generally this author gives credit to voice actors or anything in their README document, and I didn't recall seeing anything in there. See, I like this because I get to be a vandal. I'll try not to ruin like the tension of these too much, but I tend to over-commentate a little bit. Oh, there is a run button, thankfully. I don't feel like I'm supposed to go out this way, though. gonna explore around the town a little bit more, and then I'll see if there's like stuff in the out of bounds areas, which is what I'm assuming that is. This is one of this developer's first game, so I totally expect some jank with it. Dog's not happy. That's making a noise that I don't like. Wow, that coated that entire building. Am I just supposed to be going around and just throwing this shit at buildings? I think that's all I'm supposed to be doing. I do see something red over there. I'm gonna go investigate that. I saw something back there. I saw like the top of a mound or something. Oh, wait, there's text on that building. Up on the roof there. I forgot how to get up there. Oh, that's what I'm hearing. Okay, so every time it has text in here. Think how much warmer you'd feel in our stomach. Oh, no, I'm not into war. Okay, so that's what I need to be doing, is throwing this at building and trying to find the messages that crop up. I wish I could get over there and see what that one said. If I go around the opposite side, I can do that. Yeah, I can see it over here. Must get lonely living in a city where everyone else is under its skin. Something about that dialogue is like a little bit hard to read. I think it's the font that they use. Oh, so was there another building that I had already hit that made that noise that I completely missed? This very much seems to be delving into similar themes as the artist's last work I had encountered. Very critical of urban life. It's mostly the pure white buildings that it seems to have the message crop up on. There's a message. That's something of your worms off. I have such a hard time reading that text, dude. That's something of your worm's awful fight. What? That one's a little bit hard to read for me. It seems like they purposely set the bottles up in areas where those messages are going to appear, though, so at least I don't have to like wander around everywhere trying to find them. Lower portions get coated as well? No, it's just the upper ones. There's another one. We can hear that strong heart of yours even down here. So there's something living underground. It wants me. There was a fence over here that I could possibly enter. Oh, something would happen with me running through there. There's another one. We could teach you to sing like us. Our mouths are open. You know, I might have to pass on that one. I do have a lot of games to get through, so I'm going to try not to linger on some of them for too long. Like, for this one, I'm only going to give it a couple more minutes. Just because I don't want to end up spending the majority of the time on just like a couple of games and then get burnt out. I want to try to get through all of these tonight. All the better to drain you with. No, nothing. I'm taking this a lot more symbolic than I would literally, just knowing this creator's track record. This looks like I can go inside. This is like a legitimate creepy room. The fact that I can't run. Trash bags. I don't think there's anything else I can really interact with in here. I'm gonna learn not to go near those radios. It's so fucking loud. Does it save the ones that I've splattered? Does it wipe every... Yeah, I think it wiped everything. Yeah, I'm not noticing any buildings with more blood splatter on them. I'm not gonna go rehunt those down. I'm gonna walk around for like just a minute and then probably hop over to the next game. This one's definitely got some atmosphere to it. This is definitely one that I would like stick around and explore more if I didn't have like 1,000 games to go through. What's up, Shark? Alright, one more bottle toss, then I'm gonna move on to the next one. Something ocean would spill out of you if you just open up. Did I already see what... Can I even like go out here? Yeah, hold on. Let's see this main building first. Yeah, unfortunately, for some reason, the way this game opens itself up... Oh, there we go, Leechbowl Road. Actually, what I should do is probably go grab a bottle and throw it at this building here. Yeah, for some reason, the way this opened up is just this tiny box with like these huge black borders. And a lot of these games don't like to cooperate with OBS to begin with. These aren't good bottles, bro. These are like bottles of blood. This is all leech meat. Or rather, from the messages we've seen so far, probably meat for leeches. actually surprised that did not give me a message. Am I even allowed to go into this building? Seems like such a prominent building to have out here. There's got to be something with it. Well, doesn't look like it. Alright, well, we're gonna end Leechbowl there then. Looks like the next one is, looks like a Penta. Visit a historic floating shrine, learn its story and that of those who dwelt there. WSD to move, left click to interact, space to jump. No content warning on this one either. I don't think those start until Collection 2, to be honest. I better make sure this one will actually pull up as well. Yeah, it seems a lot of these early ones have the same border issue. Oh, this is cool looking. You didn't miss much. Figured out that throwing the bottles in the buildings would display some messages, but entering inside buildings also would erase all the messages, and once that happened, I kind of decided that it'd probably be best to move on rather than try to re-find all of them. This very much has like a sort of dream aesthetic to it. I really like the aesthetic of this one. The Island of Whispers. It is said that this is where she came to compose her songs, including the aria which kept the Black Star from waking to engulf the sky. Popular legend tells that if one is to sleep here at the time of Aphelion, the stars will quiet enough to hear her singing. A lot of the fonts that they use in this game for some reason like fuck with my eyes and make it hard to read. I know that was an issue with the 4th pack as well, so that doesn't bode well for the rest of them. I'll do my best, but... The Fountain of Ghost. It was here that the swords first fell against her skin and opened her veins, which hemorrhaged the spirits she had housed within her heart. So many were the spirits that they welled within the wound and condensed like water to become a standing pond of lonesome wraiths. There was a game in the 4th one that had a similar sort of theme to this, talking about a specific goddess. I know I keep referencing back to the 4th one. I played them out of order just because of the way that I had downloaded them at the time. And supposedly they're not supposed to be interconnected from what little research I've done, but I could definitely see some themes interlocking between them. The Grey Hinges. While it is not known for certain what drove her from the island, it is said that the swords were a beacon for the Grey Hinges, which gathered in the air and surrounded the island as she slept. Most maintain that she gave her life to drive them away, while others believe that she was taken by them to the Well of Howls and thrown in. I'll see what happens if I hop in the water, like, once I check all of these around here. There's some minor rubber banding. That doesn't make any sense to me. And it's just Unity for you. Don't see any more of those slabs. I'll do a quick run around like the perimeter. Also try throwing myself off the edge here in a little bit. I can't see my feet, so I can't confirm that. Can I go inside here? Ugh, now it sounds like I'm walking on meat. Why is the floor wet? Kind of a shitty castle. Not from, like, a modeling standpoint, but just from, like, a practical standpoint. There's nothing in here, I don't think, except for wet, meaty floor. There's some way to... There's got to be something more to in here. Can I get up these? No. Better not be. That's TOS. Oh. Oh, that's what that did. Now this is getting more akin to the kind of dreams I usually have. I'm gonna warn you guys again, I'm not sure if these have any jump scares in them. So wait, this one's still active. It hurts so much. Don't make me go. Where are they taking me? Please no. That's pretty... I like how Tanya keeps leaving right when, like, the interesting stuff starts cropping up. Missing all the good shit. So said that they threw her into the water. What happens if I throw myself into the water? Oh, I just float. There's gotta be more to this. What happens if I go back into the castle? Now we just get more wet, meaty floor. Looks like anything in here has changed. And we're back to normal. That's pretty on par for this developer. I really liked some of the environmental stuff that they do. But that's probably about all there is in this one. I'm gonna throw myself at the ledge and see if anything happens then. Which I am gonna go back to Collection 4 and go back to Tenement because I did discover something after I had finished streaming and was just goofing around in the game a little bit. That there's an entire other area that I had missed the first time I streamed it. Nope, just puts me back. Don't think there was anything back here either. Nope. Okay, that's the end of that one then. Get the little fade out it does there. Grandmother is the next one. Short horror game in the style of already 3D, DOS-based first-person adventures. Arrow keys to move, mouse and left click to interact, escape to exit. This one has connection to... What was the name of it? It was in Collection 4, Grandmother's Garden. So let's go visit Grandma. Graphics quality so tired. I just now caught that. I'll have to double check those windows to see if there's anything else in those. Ooh. Oh, this is like fucking tank controls too. think there's anything actually in here. I'm gonna admit this. Like I said, this one kind of freaked me out a little bit. This one, I have a feeling is going to have a jump scare in it, just from the way that it's being played up right now. Let's go see Grandma. Hi, Grandma. Yeah, mouse kind of has to stay in the middle of the screen because that's how I interact with stuff. And if you didn't notice, the mouse is pixelated like everything else too. That my phone just went off and scared the absolute fuck out of me. Take knife. Do I have to kill Grandma? Kick Grandma in teeth. I don't think I want to do that. Read book. You open to a random page. Her mother, whose head was full of the tattered king's perverted song, shut the girl in the attic, where blood dripped from between the teeth of the man-eyed rocking horse and the spiders laughed like murderers. Is there more in this? The man walked, driven like cattle by the tower's groans, and with each step he took, a new worm penetrated the sole of his foot, until he was naught but a suit of skin for their family, teeming and boiling at the holes of his eyes. Ugh. Yeah, this has the same themes with fucking parasites and worms. You will know that you have come to the kingdom of the Hierophant, for the roaches will have the teeth of men, and the wasps will have not stingers but tongues, and the worms will twist themselves into knots until they are torn and bleeding. The man walked drivenly out. Okay, so these kind of just seem to repeat. Grandma. 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 Right there, it's back on. God damn. Oh. Alright, game just crashed. Well, that was Grandma, everyone. Alright. Good job, Grandma. That was a good game. I guess we're moving on to Collection 2 then. Let me go ahead and pull up this README. I'll pull it up on the other screen. First one is Gloompuke. 3 floating islands filled with magic and teeth and friendship. Oh, page up and page down to look up and down. Oh no, come on. Oh, it's gonna be one of arrow keys to move and page up and page down to look up and down. Mouse to interact. Oh no. All right. Let's play Gloompuke. That's a fox. Is this one coming up proper? Oh, it's not clicking to... What's up, dude? Hi, Gregory. Ho there, traveler. Welcome to the island. Not the official name, of course. I made it up. Catchy, huh? What can I do for you? What can I do you for? I missed the name of that. Wow, I just told you that. Yeah, you talked really fast. My name is Gregory. It's nice to meet you. I stand here and greet travelers. I do that because I am incapable of moving, not because there are a lot of you. You're the only one, actually. So he's incapable of moving and we're the only travelers here. As far as I picked that up. The text in this is really fucking fast. I am doing my best to read it. That's a shame. It certainly is. Both of the things I said. Is there anything else you'd like to know? What's going on around here? Not a lot, truth be told. Some of the others are investigating that pyramid over there. and their couriers are hanging out in this one. And that temple near you is certainly a building. A pyramid. Yes, nobody's really sure why it's there. Not that it matters much, it's just a pyramid. Pyramids are never important or interesting. Beg to differ on that one. Literally never. Thank you, Gregory. Well, you're free to hang out there and wallow around in sand, I guess. Anything else? I really hate that the short pieces of dialogue seem to go slower than the big pieces of dialogue. Can you tell me what this place is again? Wow, I just told you that. Come on, Gregory. I didn't get to see the name of it. Fare thee well. A lot of fucking help, Gregory. Guess we'll start at the temple over here. Blood Monster Land. Awesome. Well, we knew there would be teeth involved. Leave me like almost a vaporwave vibe. Yeah, yeah. Same brain cell punk. I think I'm on like a couple second delay, so I think we might have said that at the same time. You know, this almost reminds me of is you've seen the old streams of that game, Worlds or whatever it is. It's a very sort of similar aesthetic. Bethany and Ursula. Oh my god, I cannot read today. Ursula, hello, friendly spirit. Hello, kindly wraith. We are Bethany and Ursula. Ursula and Bethany. We are the keepers of the temple crystals. You have questions for us? What do you know about the islands? A desert full of bones and shrapnel. A swamp full of teeth and ambition. A temple full of lights and whispers. A playground full of ghosts. A menagerie of dreamers. A burnt page adrift in a secret upon a secret lake. A ring that misses the chain. Terrible public transportation services. Not a single bathroom, not one. That's weird. You have questions for us? Also, I do want to point out that they did refer to us as a spirit, or rather a ghost and a wraith. Which makes me wonder if we're dead. What's up with the crystals? They hold up the sky. They fill up the sea. They teach the worms to see. I don't think I like that. They teach the leaves to dance. They give the stars their colors. They give the night its breath. They're pretty, okay? You have questions for us? What can you tell me about this temple? It is a place for healing. A place for stories. A place for jewels. A place for stars. A place for smoke. A place for candles. We like it here. I like the temple. This seems like a little relaxing area. Who's who? I am Bethany and she's Ursula. You have questions for us? Hey, that's really helpful. Nah, I'll see you later. Goodbye. There's no jump key. I just wanted to see that. Because I was curious if I could get up there and like piss them off by touching the crystals. And another friend over here, it looks like. Vivian. Oh, hello there, kind spirit. I've never seen you before. You must be new. Welcome. My name is Vivian. I'm the temple keeper. I'm pleased to meet you. What may I do for you? Tell me a story. Why, I'd be delighted to. Once upon a time, there was a ladybug made completely out of pearl. The ladybug was very vain because she knew that she was beautiful and rare. Every day she would walk past the other insects, preening and primping and sparkling in the sun. One day, all of the insects decided that they had enough. They went to an old jeweler who lived in the woods and told him that there was a rare, perfect pearl in their forest. The jeweler went looking for the pearl and found that it was a ladybug. The two got to talking and the ladybug was dismayed. Why would they try to do this to me? She asked the jeweler. Maybe you're being a bit of an asshole, the jeweler suggested. Yeah, that's probably it, the ladybug said, and so she stopped. And they all lived happily ever after. I love happy endings. Are they enchanting? Anything else here? Hey, stop being an asshole. Okay. Yeah, it's something. What's up with this temple? It's quite lovely, isn't it? We're all very glad to have found it. The water in the fountains glows so beautifully. And those great big jewels are nice too. Most jewels are, I imagine. Very good environment for storytelling, all in all. That's what temples are for, after all. I guess so. Anything else, dear? What do I look like? Well, you're very much like a shawl made of spider silk. Draped across the head and shoulders of an invisible woman made of twigs. Very fetching, I must say. That's interesting. Alright. Anything else, dear? Nothing, but thank you. Be well, spirit. Thank you, Vivian. You know, I walked into here expecting like a crypt or something, but you know what? This is very nice. Let's go to the Swamp of Teeth in the Desert of Bone and Shrapnel. I'm sure those will be great. No sprint key in this one, which is fine. You move at a moderately nice pace. Alright, so this is going to be the Swamp of Teeth. An ambition. Hello, friend. Roderick. Oh, hi, hello. My name's Roderick. I'm the Swamp Monster. It's super nice to meet you. Nice to meet you, too. Being a Swamp Monster is great. I make so many friends. Need anything else? And the land of poor public transportation. What do you do here? I'm the Swamp Monster. I guard the castle from trespassers. You're not one of those, right? Too early to tell. Well, please let me know as soon as you find out, okay? I need to know so that I can guard the castle from you. My job is very important and I'm good at it. You sure are. I love Roderick. He's my favorite so far. What's up with this place? It's a swamp. Swamps are the best. I get to be a monster in them. Plus, there's a castle, so I get to guard it by being a monster. It's a sweet deal. Need anything else? See ya. Bye-bye. So I'm gonna call Roderick turns into like some horrible monster if I go inside the castle. She leaves Roderick by the door waiting. No, Roderick's just vibing outside, I guess. He's very good at his job, by the way. Oh, is this an alligator? Hey, what's up, dude? Margaret. Look at this fucking throne! Can you believe this bullshit? Who the fuck sits in a throne this big? Who the fuck makes a throne this size? Oh god, I'm so mad! Well, you know, guys, we're playing scary horror games today. You gonna be okay? I don't know, I don't know, I don't know. I'm the queen of the swamp and I can't sit in my huge fuck-off throne. I don't even know how to get a refund. I can't send it back. Mail doesn't exist here. Thanks for the follow, bro. Ah, I hate this. I thought the monkey noises were coming from in-game too and I about fucking lost it. Yeah, it's a pretty large chair for sure. Right? How can I be a queen of anything like this? My foes will be like, check out Margaret and her stupid fucking chair for giants. She's just snarling and snapping and squealing now. I'm pretty sure you'll be fine. The fuck do you know? You don't even have a body. You're just a floating bee's nest shaped like a torso. Think you're so cool with your cloud of amethyst drones. Get out of my large castle. Alright, bye Margaret. What the fuck is this? We go from fucking grandma to this. I know a classic horror trope is something nice going, be like a veneer over something evil, and it's what I'm expecting here. But so far, this is great. I love this. This is so good. I love these characters. Is anyone chilling out in the desert? Oh, there's someone on the bridge over here. Let's go talk to them first. Doggy. Torvald. Boof. Boof, boof, boof. 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 Boof, boof. A woof? Get out! Oh, I'm sorry, Torvald. Did I pass somebody over there? I'll go back to them in a moment. See if Torvald has any other dialogue. What the fuck? What the fuck am I playing right now? I must be blind because I completely walked past them then. Who's a good boy? I am. Boof. Alright, Torvald. Oh, I did miss somebody over there, you're right. They were hiding from me. Ezekiel. Hail, traveler, I am the goat of woe, the woe goat. I am woe, I am the woe goat. Woe, oh woe. Woe to the goat. Whom I missed that. Draped in cloth, ragged of canvas, burning, aching. I am the god of woe. I am the goat of woe. Yeah, I picked up on that. You knock me, worthless, you die, torment me, thou cruel spectre. Thou maleficent fetch. Woe, and woe again, you have bewoed this goat. What can you tell me about this place? Little I fear, 3 islands locked together adrift in silence, and we, its denizens, without purpose or movement. Damned to stand the sentinel with Jack. Oh, I missed that. Some templified illusionary purpose. It fills me full of woe. I'm sorry that it is fate that we should meet here this day. You, the ghost of sorrow. And I, the goat of woe. Woe to you, sorrow, and woe to me, the goat. Why come ye to this cruel and loveless place, sorrow? No idea, just visiting. I was birthed by malice and spat here by a cringing void. I gathered hate in my mouth and screamed myself awake. I was fed on black blood and red soil and grew bitter. I caught storms in my... I can't even read that one, the text overlaps. I gathered hate in my mouth and screamed myself awake. I crawl like a spider and go worlds and webs to keep them. I drift like a wasp seeking something with unblemished skin to... Like a ghost I haunt from house to... I hate that this text overlaps, bro. These are so good. This world is a curiosity, and I have come to paint its walls. This world is small, and I will tear it apart. This world is bleak, and I will fill its sky with fire. Wow. Dial it back a notch or two, damn. Bro. Should I say whoa? Into the pyramid we go. Oh, it's got a funky beat. I see a couple of friends to talk to. What's up, Catherine? Oh, this is so fascinating. My goodness, yes, unbelievable. These angles, these markings, so exquisite. You there, take a look at this sigil. What do you see when you look at it? How do you interpret it? I can't look at it. A runic eye glowing furiously amidst a tempest of feathers. A hieroglyphic poem composed of silicol couples. A container character that alters the meaning of lesser sigils. Or sigils. You haven't shown me anything or moved at all. Oh, how interesting. What curious perception you specters have. How delightfully unhelpful. You're welcome. So then, how may I help you, strange specter? What's up with this pyramid? Haven't the foggiest, but I adore it. It just sort of appeared one day, all full of cool, mysterious bullshit. I love studying things. Her eyes go pretty wide, and she begins breathing heavily. Studying things makes me feel really good. I fucking love knowledge. Need anything else? What do you do here? I'm the foremost linguist and archaeologist of the floating island. I set up this expedition and am focusing my studies on all of these bright glowing hieroglyphs that are floating around. Yeah, this has been like amazing so far. Like I went in this expecting like spooky shit and I'm getting this. Right on. Need anything else? Do you know much about the islands? You mean the 3 islands we're on? Not really, I'm afraid. I have a theory each island is from a totally different place. Belongs in different distant worlds and something. Separated from them somehow and made to come together by some means. What do you think? Sound plausible? Actually, that does sound pretty plausible. As much as anything. Really? Wow, thanks. Nobody ever thought so before. Need anything else? Do you know much about the islands? You mean the 3 islands we're on? Not really, I'm afraid. Oh wait, I already clicked through this. Totally different place. I guess this is the one point where fast text is probably a good thing. What do you think? Sound plausible? Yeah, as much as anything. Just saying hi. See you later. Take care. Enjoy the mysterious pyramid. I guess this might have been the sigil she was talking about, maybe, but I didn't get a chance to look at him before talking to her. Rabbit. Oh yeah, dude, the controls for this are page up and page down to look up and down, and then arrow keys to move. It's awful. I love it. Theresa. Oh, hello there. What are you supposed to be? Some sort of fetch? Some manner of rusty nail elemental? Well, try not to touch anything with those smoldering hooves of yours. Everything around here is very mysterious and valuable. Did you have a question? I like how we basically got like a different description of what we look like by almost everyone. Who are you? My name is Theresa. I'm an archaeologist. I specialize in pyramids, tombs, mysteries, ghost worlds, sunken cities, doomed mazes, and skeletal prophet. As you can see, I have a very accomplished and respected scholar. You can tell because of all these true things I have just said. Is there something else? This is me lying on my fucking resume, dude. It's exactly what it sounds like. What do you do here? I am overseeing this archaeological expedition. Catherine organized it, but she's very invested in her studies. Someone needs to stand here looking imperious and... I have many certifications and I can't even fucking pronounce that. That makes me the senior deeper on site. So the extremely difficult and temperamental job falls on me. Is there something else? What's the story with this pyramid? That would be seeing the million wraith in question, wouldn't it? Like most pyramids, it's full of mysteries and artifacts. That much is to be expected. What we don't know is where the pyramid came from. Oh, or indeed why it came here at all. But then, we don't know about most things here. Or even ourselves, really. She stares off into the middle distance for a long time. I believe I've depressed myself. That's fair. Is there something else? Not really. Bye. Goodbye, then. I know I said I wouldn't spend a lot of time on these games, but there's no way that I could just skip over this one without trying to, like, talk to everyone. Like, this one is just too good. The dialogue is too good, and I love these characters. There's nobody else that I missed around here, was there? I think it was only those two. Oh, it's raining now. Again, I thought the fucking monkey sounds were coming from in-game. Thanks for the follow, dude. I'm so not used to using Streamlabs. This is the first time using it. The person outside the pyramid? We talked to the dog boy, then the goat of woe over there. Was there some... I can't... You guys have... Since when do you guys have collision? I could have sworn I walked through you guys. I don't see anyone else. Yeah, how's the woe goat over here? Left? Could be someone behind the pyramid. I'm behind the pyramid. I think I've got the basics of it set up. I haven't set up donations or stuff like that since I don't plan to like ever take them. But everything else I think I've got set up. So what happens if I walk off the edge? Yeah, it's literal tank controls, dude. Nothing up in the sky. Doesn't look like there's anything beneath other than the void. Gregory, do you have any more dialogue? Or have we reached the end of our journey? Oh there, traveler. Welcome to the Isle of the Blood Monster Ghost. Not the official name, of course. I made it up catchy, huh? What can I do for you? Fair enough. I don't plan to affiliate either. Get me out of here. You got it. Thanks for visiting. Take care, okay? What a nice game. Next up is Monastery. This one has a content warning for body horror, insects, and blood. So, we're going to go from that to, we're going to go from, nice animal people to body horror and gore. Arrow keys to move, left click to interact. Page up and page down to look up and... God damn it, it's the same controls. Graphics quality divine. Awesome. Oh, this one's way spookier. We were having such a nice time. I need to open... Hold on, I need to... There we go. Is it cutting off the bottom? No, okay. No, everything's fine. We were having such a nice time before. And now this. The door is locked. I really fucking hate these controls. I'm just gonna say that again. I really fucking hate these tank controls. Mother is coming to visit. I'm so excited. I haven't seen Mother in a long, 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 long time. So this must be like the orphan's quarters then. Oh, do I have to really like open all of these? This is like more of a pain in the ass than you think it is with these controls. It's a key. It's labeled chapel. I don't like this already. A little spooked. A little spooked. Oh, did that actually say what's library? Okay, so that's how I figure out which room is which. So what was this one? Is it just bunks or dormitory? Garden. Chapel. God, that door opening sound is so fucking loud. Is that a spade? Trowel. Of course it's a trowel. It's not a fucking spade. Spades are big. The word sermon is written across the top of the page. At the center of the page, a centipede appears to have been chopped into pieces. Its fluids have long since dried into the paper. Lovely! Arm is falling asleep from resting on my chair. Because of the awkward position, I have to like put this in to operate this. So this is the infirmary. Door is locked. Scriptatorium. Something about old monasteries always had like a kind of a creepy vibe to me. Like they're beautiful, but they've always had like a weird creepy vibe to me. A page copied for some holy text. It describes parasites burrowing into the organs of soft mammals in the glorious jubilation of their feeding. Lovely. A page copied for some holy text. It describes cicadas hooking their claws into the bark of trees and ripping themselves out of old carapace. The description is mellifluous, borderline pornographic. Awesome. A page full with erratic scrawlings. The words skin and shred and drink and writhe are repeated many times. Book. The heavy tome is marked in several places. You open to the first marking. Passage reads, "On her wings rode fury and venom and violent, irreparable change. The sky shivered with her birth, and the horizon was pregnant with the mounds of her children." I don't like bugs. A page copied from holy text. It describes a hive queen swelling to an impossible size, whole mountains hollowed out by drones and filled with larvae. Yum. Give me 1 second. Hate that I have to do this by desktop capture. But it's the only way these Unity games ever seem to come up with OBS. Refectory. Actually, I have no idea what a refectory is. Oh, this room's like kind of... This room's a little spooky. A massive grub rises on top of a cutting board. Its glassy eyes considers you pleadingly. It seems incapable of moving away. Well, we found dinner, boys. And leeches, fresh maggots, silkworm larvae, night crawlers, black soil. I don't want to go out to the garden now. There'd be some like awful shit out in the garden. You picked up the old knife. So I guess this is kind of supposed to be like a kitchen then. Or an eating place at the very least. So is my microphone quality okay? It keeps peaking up into reds whenever I speak. Make sure I'm not blowing out anyone's eardrums. Oh, dude, I don't like this. Well, these are graves. There's no inscription. You know what? If I didn't have tank controls, I wouldn't walk on the graves. I'd be a little more. Oh, holy shit! Does she turn to look at you? Oh. A statue of hate, mother of the hive, goddess of fury, plague, wings, death, and stinging insects. Her wings appear to be crafted from shards of some fine red crystal or glass. See, now we're getting the interesting shit. I really don't feel like I should be walking through the woods like this. I like how the insect noises go away when you get to the corner. So her name is Hate. Is there a button to bring up the inventory? It says home to reset. I think that's all that I have. If I don't find some progression on this one, you dig up the grave, you uncover the body of a man with no eyes, whose skin is slick and translucent from head to toe. He appears to have been stabbed in the chest. Lovely. So I'm curious about the unmarked one then. You dig up the grave. You uncover the body of a woman with legs and segmented underbelly of a cockroach. She appears to have been stabbed in the chest. I'm going to leave the unmarked one last. You dig up the grave. You uncover the body of a man with the eyes and arms of a fly. His mouth is flaccid, graying tubes of sallow flesh. He appears to have been stabbed in the chest. You dig up the grave. It contains not a body, but a small, thin glass knife wrapped in a scrap of old cloth. You pocket the knife. Oh, that's fucked. Nothing to do with the statue, then. Am I a bug abomination, though? Or is everything... Or am I, like, the only normal person here? The fact that there even is a reset key for this kind of fills me with a little bit of dread. I'm gonna be honest. The door is seething. You flatten your hands to the wood and feel a deep shuddering. Some cruel energy innervating the material and palms of your hands. There is no knob or handle. At the center of the door is a metal panel with 3 thin slots. Oh god, it's gonna be the knives. I've got 2 of them already. I'm not putting my dick in it. Yeah, this is the dormitory. Already got what I needed out of there. So I've got to find a key for the library then. I don't want to put my dick in anything here, okay? What the fuck was that noise? I'm not the only one that heard that, right? The, like, faint little groan that just came when I walked by that torch. You didn't hear that. Yeah, Zero, you heard that, right? Bro, I don't like this. Scriptatorium. I think I already checked everything in here, but I'm gonna double check just to be sure. I already tried to grab the candle, it wouldn't let me do it. I'm gonna try to grab this candle. Nah, can't grab it. Is there a key or something in the bookshelf maybe that I'm missing? I don't think so. I keep walking out and like checking like down the hallway to make sure nothing's coming at me like it's gonna do me any good. Already got the knife from there. I don't think there's anything left in there for me. That's the front door. That leads out to the garden. So my only guess is that noise came from the garden. I'm not sure though. Because it sounded like it was to my left when I walked by. I don't see anything out here. I've gotta be missing something. I'm gonna give this like another 5 minutes, and if I can't figure it out, I'll move on to the next game, because I've already been streaming for like almost an hour and a half, and we're not even halfway through. The backside of the thing, maybe? No. This one is called Monastery. So the infirmary, maybe? No, door's locked. The chapel, we already checked. Because this is where I got the trowel. Tapestries don't look like they can be clicked on. Torches can't be interacted with. Already tried that. Why is my phone going off? Hold on 1 second. What the fuck is that headline? I don't even think I can read that. That might be TOS. I get news prompts for, Actually, can I go out front? Pair of heavy wooden doors leading out of the monastery. They refuse to budge, though they don't appear to be locked. They seem to have been barred from the outside. You can hear thunder along with a harsh, distant hum, like the droning of a wasp. Lost my breath a little bit on that one. What am I missing? I'm assuming that groan was just ambience then, because nothing is, like, really changed. But, you know, fair enough. That fucking worked. That scared the fuck out of me. Am I missing something in the dorms here? I've gotta be. I'm trying my best not to look down because it's such a pain in the ass to do so. Nothing there. Try killing that grub in the other room. Oh, you're right. I completely forgot about that. It's the garden. Because it was in the kitchen area. I think this was it here. No, this is scriptorium. Was this open? Yeah, I already checked this. This was it. You slice into the grub, a jet of warm hemolymph bathes your wrist. The grub attempts to grasp your fingers. You continue cutting until there's only a viscera. The ruins of the grub's body is in the body is a faded metal key. Infirmary. Okay, cool. Well, Zero, you're officially the smart boy of the day. This was the infirmary. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. Oh, dude, what the fuck? Bro, I don't like this. Various surgical implements are arrayed across the counter. They have been poorly maintained, and everyone is completely drenched in thin, runny red fluid. Among them is a slender glass knife of exquisite make. You take the knife. Dude, what the fuck? According to the infirmary is filled with hanging. They are throb and pulse with shifting, changing, growing life. Apart from one exception, they appear fragile. Certainly the end of their metamorphosis. You dare not move too near. That's fair. That's fair. I don't want to move near that. All indoctrinations here are thorough, successful. Stability of other service questionable. No other outstanding concerns. Halfway metamorphosis all ideal. Barring those weak souls we put down. She looks upon us with great favor. Ours will be a triumph of her arrival. They're fucking turning people into bugs, dude. Oh, I don't like it. Oh, one of them's free. You see that one over there? One of them's free. Oh, fuck me, dude. This has a fucking jump scare. I'm gonna lose it. Nope. It's not just the knives, then. This leads out to the garden, if I recall. I need to take a little sippy. My throat's getting a little tired. Nice to be the only one talking for this long. guess because there's nowhere else that I didn't grab a key for anywhere else. I guess I'm gonna go back to the infirmary and check that broken open cocoon then. That's literally the only thing I can think of right now. I can't move close to it. They throb and pulse with shifting, changing, growing life. Apart from one exception, they appear fragile. So either he hatched or either he died. Various medical diagrams and surgical illustrations depicting people who have undergone physiological metamorphosis. There's got to be something here that I'm missing. Because what I got was another knife, but it doesn't appear to actually let me open that up. I already tried interacting with the tapestries, and it didn't let me do anything. Give this another 5 minutes, and if I can't really figure out what to do, then I'll move on to the next one. I know I said that like 15 minutes ago or something, but I'm genuinely at a loss here. Because there's no other keys or anything in the infirmary. No, there's no inventory key. There's only a reset button, which is what worries me. Already tried that. Maybe in the future I'll stream these individually, because I had the urge last night to just go through them. I was going through a bit of a spell, and I was going through old files and saw that I had these. Totally forgot I had downloaded them. And I'll see you later, Momo. Completely forgot I had them, and I'm laying in bed last night, and I'm like, you know, I need to stream these. I need to do something. Is the library unlocked? No, it's locked. You drop to one knee and begin panting. Your vision clouds over. Feel like termites are crawling across the surface. You go blind for a moment, but the sensation passes. You stand to catch your breath. Excuse me? Yeah, I'm not too sure what else to do here. 'Cause I feel like walking around is essentially like going towards the game over, given what just happened there. But I don't know. 'Cause I feel like I might be timed or something, potentially. Yeah. I'm going to stop this one here, and we're going to move on to the next one, unless there's like any objections to that. Because I'm not really sure where else to go with this. It's an interesting concept. I do appreciate some body horror, especially if it's just implied and not actually shown. But yeah, I think I kind of got my fill from this one. Because now it's getting to the point where it's starting to be a chore, and I'm starting to kind of lose a bit of enjoyment on it. So we're gonna stop with this one. What do we have next? Roads, a love story. W stay to look, space to jump, left click to interact, right click to zoom camera. No content warning for this one either. Oh, it's one of these again. These are probably some of my favorites. The environments that this creator builds. By the way, the creator's name is Horror Cat. I believe it's Horror Kitty Show or Horror Cat Kitty Show, something like that. I'll get the exact name once I hop out of this one. But They do a lot of indie stuff. They have their own Patreon and everything. You know, if you enjoy this stuff, please go support them. She wove her fingers into my... Oh, okay, I see what's going on here. Let's just follow the path, and then we'll read them as we go. Yeah, Kitty Horror Show, thank you. Name was on the tip of my tongue. Can I see that from over here? She wove her fingers into mine, and we watched the ships leave behind us. We had nothing but the sand in the sky. And... looks like, and each other, or something like that. I'll read it once we get a better vantage point. The sky and each other, yep. This one is thankfully not tank controls. So looks like every time I pick up bottles, a new message pops up in the sky is what I'm assuming that's how this one works. This is very pretty though. I really like anything that sort of has like a dream aesthetic to it. For people who listen to Redbox, I'm sure you noticed that my desktop background is the Realign album cover. And part of that is because a lot of those album covers, a lot of those songs from Redbox in general are inspired by dreams. You know, the whole concept of dreams are super fascinating to me to begin with. It's a lot of history in trying to interpret and read things through them. To get to a better vantage point and read these. Because I see what I have to do here. I'm gonna get all these bottles and then we'll go up and see what it says. But I like this a lot. It's nice to have these sort of palette cleansers between the more horrific ones. And who knows, this could turn out to be a very fucked up one as well. There is such a thing as emotional horror. Yeah, because I can just see the line we wept for days. I have a feeling this one's gonna... might be a little bit of a gut punch, but we'll see. So if I'm assuming this right, this is going to be or one of the last bottles down here, and then we'll move up to the main building, and then we'll read through all that. It looks like a bed by the beach, maybe? Exactly what it is. I was expecting to do nothing but indie horror tonight, but this has just been like a whole collection of just a bunch of different shit, which is really cool. I like that. I like it a lot. The library, I believe, was still locked. I wasn't able to find the key for it. Says from a higher vantage point. Because I can see better from the tower, actually. Top here and see what these all say. Oh, yeah, just 1 second. Oh, that would explain that then. I should have known to do that. This creator does that in a couple different games. It's fair enough. I'll go back and revisit another time and see what it all leads to. Admittedly a little enthralled by this one at the moment, though. So the bottle up here. She wove her fingers into mine, and we watched the ships leave us behind. We had nothing but the sand and the sky and each other. Her star was the rabbit, and she was exiled for the way she changed the city in her sleep. My star was the wolf, and I was exiled for the bitter words I etched into their doors. We wept for days, but we did so together, channeling our tears into the curve of each other's necks. The first road rose up from the water, not when she was asleep, but when her back was arched, and my lips pressed to her stomach. It's a little bit hard to read these with the pathways in the way. I gasped and she shut her eyes, smiling. Now there's an idea. She lay and combed her fingers through my hair. We walked together to its apex and looked out across the water. I can't see the old continent, she said, and rested her head on my shoulder. It isn't there anymore, I told her. I pressed my lips to her crown, because I guess that makes us the queens now, I said. Or she said, and pushed me laughing into the sea. She raised a white column from the depths and filled it with sand, into which I carved the glyphs for tree and wind and sanctuary. It was not the home we had once dreamt of, licking wine from each other's lips and presaging our shared fortune to the moons. But it shone in the ruby sun, and its pillars made the wind sing, and it was ours. Feeling I might be missing a bottle or two, but that's... Oh, there's another island over there that I didn't get to. It's probably gonna be where the last couple ones might be. I wonder if I can even make that jump. I'm tempted to try. I'll do it the safer way so I don't have to walk all the way back up. I want to see how this one ends, though. This one's very nice and relaxing. That one? I don't remember if I went to that island either. I feel like text probably needs to cover the whole area. A lot of this architecture, there's some areas in St. Augustine that have this very nice marble architecture right against the ocean. I don't believe it went to that one. Woke up one morning to find a tower had shouldered up from the water, threaded through with a new ribbon of stone. We walked to the top and... God damn it, it's so hard to read this without going all the way back up top. I see an angle I can probably read it at. Walked to the top and stared at the shimmering inner walls of this spire. We pressed our faces to the crystal and saw wolves and rabbits bounding together through the fog. I think this is the last island over here. And if it's not, I'm going to move on from this one too. But I don't know, this one was very, very nice one to jump into after that. Yeah, I think I already checked this one. I believe that's all of them then. It feels like there's another text block missing there though. This is one inside that building over there. I realize this one's a little bit boring for people and probably not as exciting as the other ones I've played through, but I don't know, I like stuff like this. There's a bottle. It was night and we were catching our breath. My head was pressed up underneath her chin, and the stars were rearranging themselves. The sea was quiet, and the latest road was setting its stones into place. And I heard her whisper, "There's another one, but it goes up forever, and only I can see it, and I want to walk it, but not alone." Did I already grab one from that top tower? Thanks for the follow, dude. God, there's nothing to fucking break the moment like monkey noises. Thank you for the follow. I don't know where this last one could actually be at. But I'm gonna run myself back up to the top tower one last time. If I don't see it there, I'll move on to the next one. Because I know this one's a little bit dull for most people. This is one I might have to come back and kind of revisit on my own and kind of just vibe in for a little bit. But the writing in this is very nice. The whole atmosphere of this one is very, very nice. Actually, was there a walkway through the tower at the bottom there? No. So I'm going to check up top. If I don't see it up there again, I will move on to the next game. think I already grabbed one from up here, but honestly don't remember. Yeah, I think that about covers it then. Alright, I'll move on to the next game. Nice little fade out when you hit escape there. Scarlet Bow is the next one. A peaceful town by the shore. Content warning for body horror and blood. WASD and mouse to move. Left click to... Thank God it is not tank controls. Yeah, it was a very, very nice one. Now we get to move on to something body horror and blood. Interesting. That actually fucked up a bunch of icons on my other screen when I opened this one. Actually, I don't even know why there are icons on my other screen. There were none there before. Figures that would be figured out once we switched over. That's fine. That's a game I need to go back and kind of just need to vibe on my own, probably. Mortuary. Yeah, of course the mortuary is open. September 19. Weather, fog, light rain, tree activity none, coastal aggression minimum, exports 19 arms, 27 legs, 11 trunks, 8 tongues, 15 eyes. Last night dreamt again of a layer of skin underneath the soil of the island. Walked perimeter of island in morning to watch for signs of figure, none seen. 68 days since last sighting of shivering pillar. Alright, that's interesting. Oh, dead dude. I think that's a dude. Actually, don't even know what that is. That's not a person. It's either not a person or that's two people stacked on each other. Oh, cool. Guess I'm breaking mirrors. I've played this one before. Or I've seen this one before. This is very familiar. Visible routes, generators, seed pods, 28 floors, 13. Attics, 26. Windows 0, mirrors, 865. Please don't tell me I have to destroy 865 mirrors, dude. There's another one. Oh, what is this? It's like a big old battery. I'm not gonna lie, when I broke that first one, that did scare me a little bit. I was expecting the shattering noise. I have no idea what this battery could be used for, but I guess I'm gonna run around with it. Yeah, this is the one that I think it might be. I don't think there's any jump scares in it, but again, this is kind of just, this feels like almost like a vague memory. I feel like I've seen like somebody maybe stream this one before. Very interested to know what happened to this place though. Everything here is extremely just fucked up and thrown around. Something about a shimmering pillar too. That just leads me out back. I think there's some structure in the distance over there. God, has this really almost been going on for 2 hours? The fuck is... Did that do anything? What even is this? Creepy temple out in the fog by the ocean. I'm sure it's fine. There's no Lovecraft shit going on there. It's fine. We just go break some more mirrors. This one's got a nice little aesthetic to it, though. Oh. That's lovely. It's another battery. Yeah, I gotta remember there's a battery inside the restaurant then. It's a big fucking tree, dude. There was something mentioned on one of the lists that I'd read about a generator. About this, what these batteries might be for. I want my mirrors to smash. Come on. Oh, buddy. Don't like that. Okay. A little nervous something's gonna come out of those, to be completely honest. Gross bananas, yeah. Though the existence of such creatures is a common feature of many belief systems, especially those which hold to concepts such as corporeal punishment, sacrifice of self to spirits, either sacrifices of convenience such as fasting, though more commonly sacrifices of flesh, underworlds and afterlives that exist as punishment for misdeeds committed during earthly existence. It is rare to see such a creature embodied in forms that are not in some way animal or humanoid. Rarer still is it to see new creatures conceived at the community level in modern times, existing outside of established theologies or belief systems. Though similar in practice to the flesh cults of the southeast, they distinguish themselves in the relative prosaic, almost pedestrian methods of practice, less like ritual worship and more like the daily function of a society which is deeply entrenched in that tactic, or in the tactic acceptance of its own beliefs. One such example is the off-sided community of Leechbowl, Illinois. Alright, cool. Leechbowl was in the first collection. Essentially, a factory town dedicated its entirety to the production of leech meat, a food source of obvious implications extracted from visitors, transients, and at times of desperation, residents themselves, in order to simultaneously feed and honor a massive colony of subterranean parasites. While the term worship could be applied to this production in practice in strictest terms, it is more likely to be considered a duty, or even colloquially dubbed a daily grind. Speculation is ongoing into this day as to the origins of the creatures that are central to the practice, whether a shared belief in the existence of such beings resulted in their psychoreactive realization, or whether they had existed prior to the formation of the township, said formation arriving in response to telepathic or superconscious transmissions, which brought together the founders of the township at the appropriate locations, with little consensus being reached on any side of the debate, and thus few advances made towards similar determinations surrounding similar locations and similar practices towards similar entities. Another recurring feature in such practices/communities is an ambiguity of instruction on the part of the entity central to the belief system. Like Skinner's superstitious pigeons, Adherents of these systems frequently find themselves unclear as to what exactly is expected of them by their patron entities, and so engage in repetitious behaviors which seem to coincide with favorable results or responses, as well as frequently conducting painstaking observations of their surroundings and the results of their routines in hope of divining theory refine. Okay, so basically what that's saying is, like, there's some sort of deities that these people are sacrificing whatever to, and it's less of a sort of religious thing and more of almost a daily sort of grind sort of deal. Like, it's their jobs to do this. So it's very much like worship of these creatures is very interwoven in their daily lives. From what I'm gathering, at least. There's another battery. But it's interesting to see a reference back to Leechbowl, which unfortunately didn't get fully through because of how long it was taking. That? There's no way to drop this, I don't think. Okay, so I can pick those up then. So I need to go back to that shrine and pick up the other one that I saw. I tried clicking on it earlier, and it wouldn't let me take it. I thought I heard something in my right ear. That was a fucking long-winded bit of text there. I don't even know if I should have read that out loud. Ugh. I also hate that I mentally know what a word means, but I can't pronounce it properly. I'm hearing whispers. I'm 100% hearing whispers. I'm hearing something in the ambience that sounds like whispers, very slightly. Are there people hanging from the tree? Oh, when I pick up the coffins, there's coffins hanging from the tree. Okay. Yeah, because there's only 2 of them now. I need to see if I can offload these batteries somewhere. There was something back at the start of the, or in the area that I'd started that might have something to do with that. Ooh, there's like air raid sirens here. Ah, here we go. That explains that. Okay. So there was one in the restaurant, and I think the other was... I think it was in some market. I could just go back and check the doors I had already opened. Yeah, here's one in here. And the other one's at the restaurant. Love it when it... Oh, okay, holy shit. What? Oh, that made me jump. Oh, okay, didn't like that. Holy shit. That scared the fuck out of me. That actually made me jump, dude. Is there a door in that tree now? Hold on, I've got to grab this other battery. There's totally a door on that tree now. I'm gonna go plug this battery and then I'm gonna go check that out. That actually... That one got me so bad for some reason. I'm like actually sweating now. Like that was... I don't know why that got me so bad. I did not shit myself, dude. Shut up. Alright, so I'm expecting a jump again? No? Okay. You know, I kind of regret powering that on now. That's really fucking annoying. So were there any more of those crosses or anything around here? I haven't seen, like, or the coffins, rather. Because I haven't seen anything. I'm going to go and check the tree first before I do anything else. Give me this port. My roots are bladed tongues. The dire mouth opens ever wider. The wings of corpses are open. Game closed. That was something. That's that's not too uncommon for games like this. That's not the first time this developer has employed that tactic, but that's still... What is going on with my desktop? Where did these icons come from? Killing floor 2, no remote... What? Why do they have just default? What the fuck? Did I... Did these games fucking corrupt my, Ha, that's interesting. I'm sure it's fine. Let's go into collection 3. I'm going to skip the first one because there's a giant epilepsy warning on it. I'm gonna do 7 days next. Seems like every day it's something new thing. Content warning for depression, anxiety, transphobia, street abuse / harassment, violence, and gore. I'm half and half on even doing that one. I'll check it out. See if it becomes too much. I'll leave it. I'll tell you the last thing I expected was see a content warning for transphobia on any of these. Might pause after this one and come back to the other ones at a later time since I've already been going for like 2 hours now. If this one ever even decides to load, dude. What the fuck is this? This is so loud. Woke up early-ish this morning, but wound up spending 4 hours just laying there listening to the radio tower down the block. Hold on 1 second. I've gotta turn that down. That is so incredibly loud. Wound up spending 4 hours laying there listening to the radio tower down the block. No flurries today, no mist, no storms, just heat. The kind that makes you feel like you're drinking the air. Leaves a film on your skin like you're some kind of wetland amphibian. When I finally dragged myself out of bed, it was mid-afternoon. I knew the day was going to be a write-off. Still wanted to go to the store, though, because I know how I spiral if I don't exercise at least a little bit. Decided I'd pick up some booze and snacks and have a fuck it night. Give myself a break. Do chest puzzles and watch some of that CCTV footage Gage sent me from the walled city where the doll makers all live. He says they get real fucked up in there. there. Weird parties and automation circuses, blood sports. I'm not usually into reality TV, but I trust Gage to know when I dig something. If this is still too loud, let me know and I can turn it down further. I have it turned down both through my sound settings and I turned it down through my headset. This is, yeah, it's fucking grating, isn't it? Here, I'm gonna turn it down further. No, I don't want to leave just yet. Because I'm curious about this one. I'm admittedly very curious about this one. I'm gonna drop it down to 18 on my end. How's that? Actually, I just realized through OBS it might. Hold on, I'm just gonna drop it through. I'm gonna just drop it through OBS itself. Cause I just realized it's not gonna have much of an effect for you guys. How's that? Because holy shit, I had to turn that down on my end too. That was giving me a fucking headache. On the way to the store, just on the far side of the overpass, I looked up and saw the shivering black shape about 20 feet up. It looked like a blob of ink hanging in the sky, only it was hard, like spikes instead of blotches, and it was twitching like it was electrified. I've never seen an anomaly that pronounced before. I almost pissed myself until I remembered that I was an O-neg. I didn't have anything to worry about. Nothing in my blood for the anomalies to latch onto. I feel so bad for AB positive folks. I never leave my house. I looked up at some of the buildings on the far side of the street, and in the windows I could see the faces of some people pressed up against the glass. They looked like they were howling, wailing in pain and sadness, trying to push themselves through the glass so they could get at the anomaly hanging 2 stories above in the air. The more windows I looked in, the more people I saw. I wondered what would happen to them if they could have gotten up to the thing and touched it like they seem to want to. I've heard stories about what happens when you make direct contact with an anomaly, and they're all nightmares. What the fuck is this game, dude? When I got to the store, the security agent outside wasn't anyone I knew. I think he must have been new, because you could tell he was taking his job way too seriously. It's a fucking grocery store, but he's out in front checking levels on every single person trying to get in. There was an actual line to get through the door. When it was my turn, I held up my wrist, and he leveled me, and I started walking in. When he grabbed me by the arm, he screams, "I don't fucking think so." And I remember that they don't just check for blood toxicity anymore. Now they check for anomalous radiation, too. I'd gotten too close, even if it hadn't done anything to me. I tried telling him that I was O-neg, even though I knew that didn't mean anything. The damage was done. He put his hands on my shoulder and shoved me hard out of line. A couple people gasped. I could feel myself starting to cry instantly, so I pretty much just fled. I fucking hate people sometimes. Not enough to stop someone from doing something they need to do. You have to make sure they feel as pathetic as possible in the process. I feel terrible for thinking this way, but a part of me hopes that he's AB positive and touching me made him puke his guts out later on. I have no reflection. Oh, is this a mirror? I actually can't tell what this is. Yeah, it's a mirror. It's just a reflection in there. I can't go outside. Dude, I cannot, like, see anything past this filter either. Man, this is a shame because I'm loving, like, the narrative they're trying to put through right now, but holy fuck, the noises in the fucking filter is giving me such a fucking headache. Oh, there's an anomaly outside. I'm gonna fucking take a Tylenol after this one. Oh my god. can jump. I can clip through the ceiling. Nice. Where the fuck am I supposed to go? I'm actually getting such a fucking headache. I might have to stop this one. Hold on 1 second. This one is like physically fucking painful to play. And it doesn't help that I have like no idea what I'm doing. Yeah, this is like, I hate this because the narrative they're putting up is actually very interesting to me, but I can't figure out what the fuck I'm supposed to even be doing or where I'm supposed to be going. I can't see anything either because of this green fucking filter, like the green fog roll again. Like this is fucking atrocious. Yeah, I can't do this one. No, there's I cannot finish that one. Like, holy shit. And there's like a ton of, dude, I don't know. I might have to call it there. Yeah, because I've got like 3 more that well, I guess it's technically only 2 more, but I do want to go back and revisit 4 at some point. I think I am going to call it there because that last one was just totally... And I don't know what the fuck is going on with my desktop now because I had all those icons that are on the right side. Those I deleted before the stream started. I have no idea why they pop back up. That has to be like some bug with Unity or something. And none of them will open. Like this was a picture of Pyramid Head that I was going to get for a phone background, and it's I don't know. Folders don't open. What about paint.net? Will that even... Yeah, no, I have no idea where these even came from. Like, I don't know, like, I was looking at these here to, like, help with stuff, but, like, this one, the epilepsy and volume warning, that should have fucking been on that last one. That shouldn't have been necessarily on this first one alone, it should have been on that one, too. Because, holy, oh my god, my head is pounding right now. That is the first time that a game in any capacity is giving me, like, a physical reaction like that. I'm normally, like, completely fine with stuff like that, but oh my god. I don't know. Maybe that's one I'll revisit at a later time. Maybe, maybe not. Because I want to figure out what happens in that narrative, because that was... I don't know. I'm going to pause here, though. Kind of want to try to start streaming a bit more regularly. Maybe start streaming some of my Dead by Daylight matches or whatever. Something a little bit more laid back than what this was tonight. But, yep. I will see you guys later. I might need to go lay down for like 15 minutes. But, you all have a good night.